In Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, the Bulette, or as it's affectionately known in the community as the Bulette, is described as an extremely dangerous burrowing creature covered in thick layered plates as strong as stone, with a head resembling a bullet similar to that of a shark. Due to its features and the ability to swim through the ground, many in Faerun refer to them as a
land shark.
Land shark.
With their dark vision and tremor sense, they're highly skilled at swimming beneath the feet of potential prey, before erupting from the ground to tear them limb from limb. The Bulette has an AC of 17 and 94 hit points, with a movement and burrowing speed of 40, meaning that they can outpace pretty much any player. They have amazing strength and constitution, but terrible intellect and charisma. They do boast tremor sense and dark vision, and a passive perception of 16. They have the trait Standing Leap that allows them to jump 30 feet in any direction from standing, or 15 feet straight up in the air. In combat, they have a bite that deals 8 to 52 damage to a single target, as well as a deadly leap attack in which, as long as they've jumped at least 15 feet in their movement, they can land in any 10 by 10 foot space, forcing any players within this area to make a dex save. On a failure, the player is dealt 14 to 44 damage and knocked prone. As a DM, I would use the Bulette as a wilderness or travel encounter, especially if your party is traveling through a less traversed route. I would have a Bulette hiding 5 feet under the ground so that their fin is barely visible to any who are actively rolling perception, and therefore their AC is also increased due to partial cover. I'd have them racing straight towards the party. When they're around 20 feet away, I would have the Bulette burst from the ground and lunge towards the party, instigating combat with a deadly leap attack. From there, I would have it do a deadly leap every turn, jumping high in the air and coming straight down on melee players, or otherwise jumping over to ranged players. This will give your players opportunity attacks, but it's against a fairly high AC. However, if one or more players are routinely hitting the Bulette, I would have it target them with a bite or two to bring them down, then revert back to the deadly leaps, only stopping to flee if it feels that it has no chance of winning. The Bulette was originally created by Tim Kask, an early employee of TSR who first printed D&D materials, and it's one of his creations for which we have a specific origin. In an interview at GaryCon in 2016, Kask explained that like some other creatures, the Bulette was inspired by cheap plastic toys that Gary Gygax acquired, which served as the inspiration for several hybrid monsters like the Owlbear and Rust Monster. However, the toy that inspired the Bulette was eventually revealed to be Gabora from the Japanese show Ultraman, which in turn was a modified Baragon suit, which was a creature from Frankenstein vs. Baragon, as well as the Godzilla franchise. Like most kaiju, Baragon and Gabora are a combination of Japanese myth, folklore, and fears or concerns around nuclear proliferation, as these monsters are usually radiation-guzzling creatures of pure destruction. In comparing the Bulette to Gabora, we find that they look almost exactly the same. However, their origins and powers differ greatly. The Bulette is yet another D&D creature that gets its look from strange sources, and its powers from the creators of D&D. If you enjoyed that video, please leave a like and comment below, and consider subscribing to the channel. You can also join the Patreon for $1 a month to access videos days before they're posted here, as well as other exclusive stuff like short stories, videos, and more.